Welcome to Sunnydale.
If you clicked on this video,
what you're after.
welcome Slayers and Scoobies to the channel, BuffyBot. I'm Peter, and today we're taking a deep dive into Buffy the Vampire Slayer Season 1. This series took the world by storm when it first aired in 1997, mixing up supernatural thrills with teen drama and unforgettable one-liners.
Nice to meet you both.
I'm nice to meet.
But did you know that Season 1 almost didn't happen the way we know it? Stick around as we break down everything you may have missed, from hidden details to fun facts. Also, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on future episodes as I break down the entire series from start to finish, episode by episode, as well as updates on the Buffy revival / reboot.
I want an answer right now.
Now, let's slay this breakdown.
Buffy? I'm up, Mom.
Don't want to be late for your first day.
Season 1 of Buffy is only 12 episodes long, and when you watch them now, it's crazy to think how much the show would grow in the following seasons. We're introduced to Buffy Summers, played by Sarah Michelle Gellar, a high school sophomore who's got a little secret. She's the chosen one, also known as the Vampire Slayer. But her life as a Slayer isn't your typical teenage existence.
Gym was full of vampire... asbestos.
What's super important to note is the dynamic that's set up in the first season.
I didn't think there'd be vampires on campus, and I don't care.
Buffy the cheerleader turned fighter isn't your typical hero. She's just a girl trying to balance her newfound destiny with her high school life. Her allies, Willow, the shy genius,
Willow, right?
and Xander, the comic
And
relief,
to return this, the only thing I can think is that you're building a really little fen.
who's a bit of a goofball.
Steak.
And we can't forget Giles, the librarian / watcher who's always ready with ancient texts.
Because you are the Slayer.
It all starts in Sunnydale, California,
Okay.
where weird things are happening and Buffy's job is to keep it all under control. Not an easy task. Let's break down a few key episodes. First, we get the pilot, Welcome to the Hellmouth, where Buffy moves back to Sunnydale after a previous incident in LA. She quickly realizes her new school is right on the top of the Hellmouth. Yes, a literal hole to hell. This means that monsters, vampires, and all sorts of baddies are on the attack. Meanwhile, Buffy's just trying to keep her feet on the ground. Creator Joss Whedon famously described the show as a metaphor for growing up. High school is hell, and that comes through clearly in the early scripts. Buffy just wants a normal life, but she's constantly pulled back into her supernatural responsibilities. If there's one thing Season 1 does well, it's building the supporting cast. Xander, Willow, and Cordelia all start off as relatively one-dimensional characters, but the script starts to hint at their deeper potential. Willow, for example, she's the shy, bookish girl we know and love, but the script hints at her eventual evolution into a powerful witch.
Get off, super bitch!
Comment below and let me know who was your favorite Scooby Gang member from Season 1. Was it Willow, Xander, Cordelia, Giles, or even Angel? And let me know why. Now, I'm very aware some people don't consider Giles and Angel members of the Scooby Gang, but to them I say,
You're a sheep. You're not a sheep. You're a sheep. All you ever do is what everyone else does.
So next, let's talk about the episode Prophecy Girl. This is probably my favorite episode in Season 1. So the prophecy says that Buffy will be led to hell and the Master will kill her. Initially, Buffy decides she's quitting slaying, stating that she's just a 16-year-old girl and that she wants to live.
I quit. Giles, I'm 16 years old. I don't want to die.
Understandably, Giles decides that he will face the Master himself, feeling bad for Buffy, but Buffy knocks him out and leaves to find the Master herself. Eventually, when Buffy finds the Master overpowers and bites and kills her.
I like your dress.
With Buffy's blood, he's now able to escape his prison. Angel and Xander later find Buffy's body, and Xander's able to resuscitate her. I personally feel like this is the first true instance that shows how the love and support of her friend group is what truly separates Buffy from all the other Slayers before her. Buffy then confronts the Master a second time and kills him by throwing him through a skylight where he lands onto wood below. I'll admit, it was a little underwhelming for the final battle after such a build-up.
Morbid much?
But it was still a good ending for Season 1. And fun fact, Joss Whedon also made sure to wrap up any loose ends in Season 1 because he wasn't sure the show would be picked up for a second season. Of course, we can't wrap up talking about Season 1 without talking about Angel and Buffy's mom, Joyce, as well as some other honorable mentions. But before we do, we are halfway through the video. Is anybody here?
Is anybody here?
I'm trying to raise an army of vampire slayers, and you can join by hitting the subscribe button. Although Buffy's already slayed the master, there will be plenty more big bads for us to take on together. So hit that subscribe button if you're enjoying. Oh, good.
Anybody's here.
First up, let's talk about Angel. This mysterious vampire with a soul is one of Buffy's most intriguing characters.
Vampire casts no reflection.
Don't worry.
But his role in season 1 is subtle yet crucial. When we first meet Angel, he's a brooding figure who seems to know a lot more about Buffy's destiny than he lets on. His presence isn't just about romantic tension, though there's definitely a lot of that. He's a source of guidance for Buffy as she comes to terms with her role as the Slayer.
A vampire in love with a slayer. It's rather poetic.
Did you know that Angel was originally only intended to appear in 2 episodes of Buffy? However, thanks to his on-screen chemistry with her and popularity, he was written into more episodes and later got his own spinoff. And that's a whole nother topic. I know the Buffy series front to back and have probably watched every episode at least 5 times, but I've never watched a single episode of Angel. I guess down the line we can explore that series together on the channel. Angel represents a complicated dynamic for Buffy. He's both a potential romantic interest and a reminder of the darker world she's part of. He's the first major love interest in Buffy's life, and his role in season 1 sets up the conflict between her responsibilities as the Slayer and her desires as a regular teenager. Now, let's talk about Joyce Summers,
Miss Summers?
Buffy's mom. While Angel represents the supernatural, Joyce is Buffy's connection to the normal world. Joyce is a pivotal character in Buffy's life, not just as a mother, but also as someone who unknowingly anchors Buffy to her human side.
This is really, really important.
I know. If you don't go out, it'll be the end of the world.
Joyce is just a typical mom trying to deal with the teenager's behavior. She has no idea that her daughter is the Slayer, but can tell something is off. And while all the other key characters in season 1 know the supernatural happenings, Joyce does not. Therefore, she grounds Buffy to the human world like only a mother could. Before we wrap up the video, I want to talk about a few honorable mentions from season 1 that we haven't mentioned so far. First up, the episode The Witch. It's another standout for season 1. Using the Monster of the Week format, it explains the themes of identity and personal growth. Plus, it's a great episode that hints at Willow's growing powers.
You're expelled.
Next, Principal Flutie's death in the episode The Witch. This is a pivotal moment that opens up the job to Principal Snyder, who plays a big role in later seasons. We also get introduced to Jenny Calendar in season 1. She's a tech-savvy teacher and love interest to Giles. She plays a much bigger role further down the line. The last honorable mention, and my favorite line from the entire series, and a sneak peek for you all of season 2, is the following.
Who are you?
I'm Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, and you are?
To wrap up, season 1 of Buffy the Vampire Slayer was definitely a rocky start to what would now be considered a cult classic almost 30 years later. The show perfectly mirrored horror, humor, and high school drama. And although some of the special effects haven't aged well, but they have a special 90s charm to them. When the show first aired, it was not an instant hit, but quickly gained a dedicated fan base, as it was a very unique show, and most shows at the time had no strong female empowerment. Season 1 really did lay the groundwork for the future legacy of the show. So, what do you think of Buffy Season 1? Was it an instant hit for you, or did it take some time to grow on you? I didn't watch it until 2005, so I was kind of late, but I instantly fell in love with the show. I also started watching Buffy on Season 5, so it was kind of weird. Anyway, let me know in the comments your thoughts, and remember to subscribe, as I'm currently working on videos for each episode in Season 1. Thanks for watching. Oh, and at some point, we'll cover this too.
Admit it, Buffy. Aren't there times when you just feel less than fresh?
Thanks for watching.
Who are you?
I'm Buffy, the Vampire Slayer, and you are?
Dead.
I may be dead, but I'm still pretty. Hi, I'm an enormous slut. Talking about 2 very powerful witches and a 1,000-year-old ex-demon.
Willow's a demon?
It is a sham, but it's a sham with yams. It's a yam sham.
Need a hand?
No thanks. I'm good.
Slayer's a robot. Did everybody else know the Slayer was a robot?